Morning, ladies. Today's craft is going to be this little photo block. You're going to have some choices to be able to make it. You're going to get to choose between a stained brown block or a black background block. I have different paper choices. These are called Cactus Makes Perfect. There's lots of little cactuses in there. Everything's coordinated to go together. We have Darling Dearest, which is kind of a baby themed. They're adorable. Painted Petals is a floral that has a lot of burgundies and pinks and purples. And then Gingham Farm has a lot of black and white, which is what this photo block is. This one is the Gingham Farm, and I'm going to do a demo in the Cactus Makes Perfect. So once we have our block, we're going to pick up a piece of wire. These are all pre-cut. We're going to take the pliers and we're going to bend this little edge in, kind of crimp it down. And then we're going to work this around a couple times into a nice little circle, because this is where our picture or note or anything like that is going to clip into. And I just like to go around a couple times. All right, and then we're just going to straighten this out a little bit. I like to stick it in the block and then bend it backwards a little bit so that it has its nice little perch. Okay, this is decoupage glue. Take a couple teaspoons of it, put it in your little bowl that'll be provided. You don't need a lot. Take a little to start out with, and then you can always go back for more. I'm going to just use it out of the jar right now to save on some styrofoam. Here are my 5 pieces of paper that I'm going to use to decoupage. I'm going to take my sponge. I like working this with the wire in it because it gives me something clean to touch. We're just going to take some decoupage glue, and I usually like to start on the back piece of my paper. We're just going to work that on there. I think there's enough plates that you can have one plate to work on and one plate to keep your block on, but I don't. I didn't grab an extra plate. And then I'm going to work a bunch of glue onto my block. For this first coat where I'm adhering the paper, I like to get it pretty thick, so I just work that on there. And then I'm going to glue my piece of paper to it. I'm going to try to get out any bubbles at this point. And then I'm just going to take more glue and run a pretty heavy amount of glue over it. This glue does dry clear. It's really good. It's a matte finish. It's really good about not leaving a lot of lines. So, but I still try to be cautious and do a good job painting. We'll do you next. We're going to just hit all 4 sides. You can do this a lot neater than me, but to make this video kind of short, I am trying to go super fast. I'm going to go with this one next. These do shift around a little bit sometimes when you're running the glue over them, so just make sure they stay straight. Honestly, you really can't use too much glue. If you feel like you have too much, you can always brush it off after the fact. Okay, now all four sides have paper on them, and you can stop here with paper if you'd like, but recently with these I started adding a piece of paper to the top, which I really like. I like the look of it, but I will say the hole for this wire is very tiny, so if you put the paper on the top, you just kind of have to not lose the hole for your wire. So I just kind of feel for it with my finger, and I can kind of get a good idea where it goes. Pop that thing back in there. Ooh. Go ahead and let this dry for a couple minutes. Go grab some more food, chat, talk about your highs and lows for the week, get some food, get some coffee.